Hi everyone, and welcome to another Friday function with me, Oliver Franks, solution consultant at Anthesis. Today we're going to talk about creating lobby elements pretty much directly from queries that can be created by users in IFS. So if your users are not experienced in SQL, but they have played around with the IFS query designer, which we'll see in just a minute, they can create lobby elements from that query. So let's go and have a look at what we've got queries-wise. Just created a couple here for us to work from. Quick critical point, this needs to be in published state. So I'm going to take this open shop orders by part. I'll hit the publish button. I'll show you what the query designer actually looks like. So we're published. I'm going to synchronize now. If I hit my query designer, you can see the query that I've created in the background. So this is based on a list of inventory parts grouped up and the number of shop orders that there are against this. So I've got a few bits of aggregation and filtering in here. So this is shop orders that are not closed. And then I've got a count against this as well. So I'm just going to preview this, make sure that my query works. There we go. So number of orders, state against those. What I'm going to do now is take that query and go and create a data source in IFS. So into my Friday function, into my data source designer. You'll see we've got this new option. If I hit plus here, I can either go via SQL or I can use a projection. When I publish the query, it creates me a projection in the application. So I'm going to go with projection in this instance. In this case, I've just copied the one that I've just created. There we go. And I can pick the data root, which obviously is going to be 1. And we can call this shop orders by parts. Let's just sort that out. Don't need a filter because I've already set up my query, but we can if we want to on there. And what I'm going to do is just include all of my columns as well. So let's pop those in. Don't really want a query key, just want that information. Perfect. Have a little preview, make sure it works. There we go. So I've got exactly the same numbers I was just looking at in my query designer. We save that data source. That can now be used by lobby elements. And then, of course, we can use that in lobbies or on our homepage, which is what we're going to show today. So instead of using bookmarks, and I'm already in the lobby folder, so I'm just going to use my breadcrumbs to get back to my element designer. There we go. I'm going to create a new element. I know in this instance that I've just got a list of information. So I'm going to go for list. And we'll call this shop orders by part. I'll take the same, put it in the title. I may want that to be a little bit wider because there's a bit more information in there. And then my data source, I'm just going to search for, there we go, shop orders by part. Select my columns. I want all of those. So I'll have part number, description, site, count, and state. Might change this a little bit. So I might go for part number as a description. Rename some of these to open orders. And we'll call that one status just because I prefer that. Hit save. Let's have a little look at that, make sure it's still working. Excellent. We're still fully functional there. And then we'll go and put it on our homepage as well. So back to my homepage. Let's get this added to our lobby elements here. We'll just go find it. Lovely. Let's get that added in. And I want that to be right at the top. That's really important to me. So let's have that there. Apply. And there we can see I've added a lobby element directly from queries through Data Source Designer, through the element designer, without ever having to write any SQL. Thanks very much.